Hello viewers, it's Ultimate Spy 53 here, and welcome to Reviewed number 38. And today I'm going to be reviewing Doctor Who Series 5.
So, Doctor Who Series 5. What did I think of it? Well, honestly, it was different than previous incarnations of the show. Um, I didn't like the 11th Doctor's era as much because it was a new Doctor, and I just had fallen in love with the 10th Doctor, played by David Tennant. And I just wasn't ready for it. It was a new experience. But it wasn't a bad series. No, it wasn't a bad series at all. I had some great new characters. Had the return of River. And so what's really interesting about these new series, for the new series, starting with Matt Smith, as the Doctor. It was again a new Doctor. We get the 11th Doctor, the 11th incarnation of the Doctor. We get a new TARDIS. We get a new. By that I mean a new TARDIS, not just interior but also exterior. We get the exterior changed from what it used to be to just uh, the TARDIS exterior changed from this outer shell to it just changed from a kind of more dull blue to this more vibrant, brighter blue um, than it was with the old TARDIS from the Tennant era. And now the windows have been changed to have like black on them, and they're like painted on or something like that. Um, and then we have the new interior, which it's not bad actually. It's really well done. I did like it. I mean it's a different interior than I like, but it's not a bad interior. It's good. It's good. And it has multiple levels. It's bigger. It's bigger than the old TARDIS. The coral one. But it's honestly it's a really well designed TARDIS. I thought it was really good. Now with the first episode, 11th Hour, it's really funny actually. It had the last little bits of the 10th Doctor's TARDIS catching being on fire and racing towards Earth, and then we have him meet 11 meet young Emily Pond. He has little post regeneration stuff going on. He makes really he's making all this crap stuff about like is his new body, is his new mouth, the new rules, and he like rejects all these foods, and he likes fish fingers and custard. Um, and then there's a whole mystery about the this crack in Amelia Pond's wall, which turns out to be Prisoner Zero, which is a prisoner that uh the was it the the big eyeball things in the sky. Atraxi. Just remembered that they were Atraxi, and they were like threatening the Earth. Like the OL will end in 20 minutes, and the Doctor has to save them. He has to save the world. Um, so it was pretty good. It had a little time skip where the Doctor was like, "You'll be back in 5 minutes." It didn't actually happen. Um, it was a really good introduction to the 11th Doctor. And we had the Bleak Below, which is about a whale ship. It had like Liz Tan on that. That was really interesting. It had uh, it had this base below was basically a whale thing. And it had like about like killing a whale or not. And then Victory of the Daleks was with Winston Churchill and a new race of Daleks, or at least the original Daleks from Tennant era come back, or at least one of them comes back in this military version, and then they upgrade, um, and it's basically these new superior Daleks who are out to destroy the world, or the great usual Dalek story, but had a really cool Winston Churchill moment. Um, The great part about the episode was that it had um sorry, not this episode, the next episode was two-parter. It had the Weeping Angels had come back, as well as a fan favorite river song. It was previously in the two-part series 4 episode, uh the Silence in the Library and the Force of the Dead. Now that was a good episode, and this is Rivers return to the series, which is to Doctor Who, and she looks different obviously, but um, she's like changed, and she's like on the run from these people, and she meets the Doctor, and the Doctor remembers her because he saw her in his past, because she's from his future. He went to find the feet into his future, and it stuff went wild. But it's a really interesting story. It has to do with waving angels. About instead of them being sent back in time, that they freeze you in the rock, and you become an angel or whatever like that. I don't know. Not you don't become an angel, but it's kind of like that. So it was a really great episode. It kind of it was kind of like all about Amy being scared and everything like that. It was just amazing. It was a great episode. I thought it was really good. Um, and it's just some great 11th Doctor moments. And also the 11th Doctor's costume was, it's good. Well, the bow tie is his new kind of thing. Turns out to have the suits, but now, I mean, yeah, it's a suit, but it's not like a suit. The 11th Doctor actually has a bow tie. It's more unique to his character as a bow tie. Um, and then the next episode after that was the vampire episode where these vampires are these fish things. Um, and it's also when the Doctor takes Rory um with with him on like a date thing. Um, and it's really interesting. It was a good episode. It had the actress who played Narcissa Malfoy in the Harry Potter franchise, and it has some really cool I just love the addition of Rory. It is a great episode. It has to do with these vampire things who turn out to be aliens, and they basically try to take over 1580, which is where they are. So yeah, it's pretty much like that. And then the next episode was the episode with the Demon Lord, played by Toby Jones, which is a great actor, by the way. And that was basically kind of like like sleeping on and like it was two viewpoints. One that was TARDIS, and two it was like grown up Amy, pregnant Amy, um, with Rory having like a ponytail and these like aliens. Um, the aliens was all the all people alien thingies, and this is Dreamlord finally showing like Dreamlord is basically like making them go crazy, and it's about more like about Amy's life really. Um, Now the next episode after another two-parter. This had two. I think no. This is the second two-parter. It was the one where it was it was the return of the Silurians. That was really cool. I love the redesign is fantastic. I just loved it. I thought it was really good. It was basically them about them arriving in the future um into just a small bit like this village area, and not really a village, just kind of a small town, and they're basically these scientists are like drilling down into the earth as an experiment. And turns out the beneath the earth is actually where the Silurians are been uh, been sleeping there for thousands of years, and they've been disturbed by it. It has this I think it's Irish family. No, it's just I think it's either a Scottish family or an Irish family. I can't remember what exactly it was, but there's this Irish family that helps out. And it's really cool. It's a really interesting episode. In terms of the Silurian, the Doctor being all these just overall was a great episode. Episodes it was good. Um, So yeah, honestly, it was Hungry Earth and Cold Blood. Those are two episodes that are really great. Um, kind of have the has the Silurians filling each other, but it's a great design, redesign for the Silurians. Um, so yeah, and there's of course the lizards, so the redesign is much improved. And then of course at the end of that episode, at the end of Cold Blood, we have Rory dying, and then we have the Doctor pulling out a piece of from the crack in the wall, and then we have basically um kind of the future of what the TARDIS will be, which is basically gone, broken, nothing left. Um, and then like Amy can't live without Rory because she's gonna marry him or something like that. And that's when that's what comes to a very historical episode. That was when the Doctor meets Vincent Van Gogh. That was a great episode actually. I really liked that. It was really well done. It had an actor who played Vincent really well. Like he looked almost exactly like Vincent. Just amazing actor. Basically him painting his life as he paints around, and he's like tormented by this creature, this big creature thing. While Amy doesn't even remember who Rory is at all. Um, so yeah, and they then have a wild adventure where they're trying to like, Vincent's a little depressed. He's also paints, and it's just like really crazy because it's basically about they had there's this creature in the church window, this cathedral window, that looks, it doesn't look right. So the Doctor has to go back with Amy and fix that, um so that Van Gogh never painted it, because that's happened. And of course and then the episode um, they bring Vincent Van Gogh to the museum in 2010 AD, I think is the way it is. And it's like a surprise. And then we have this scientist, this doctor guy named Dr. Black, and he's played by the excellent Bill Nye. No, not the science guy, just Bill Nye. Bill Nye, I think, or Bill Nye. I'm pretty sure. But that was a great episode. That was just a very emotional episode because we have, the Vincent getting emotional about the big compliment of Dr. Black. He's like telling him about how amazing Vincent is, and like talking about what the greatest artist ever. And then the actually I think this is my favorite episode of the bunch, which is the Lodger. It's where Amy and Dot are like separated in this like this place, this like little town area, and the Doctor has to be the lodger with this guy named this Craig. I love Craig actually. He's actually played by James Corden. He's a great actor. Um, and they basically live together, and they have these problems, and Craig is like in love with his roommate, or his housemate, I think in this case, Sophie. And the whole time there's these people upstairs who keep taking these people, who like they reject holograms. Um, uh, they reject holograms, of people who need help, and these random bystanders will just come up and ask if everything's wrong, and everything's alright, and then they basically adopt them, and then Doctor eventually finds out what's going on, while speaking to Amy, and eventually he finds out that what the people who are adopting people are actually doing is they're building a spaceship, this TARDIS sort of thing. It sort of looks like a TARDIS, but not really. It's just like it's a spaceship, but like it has a little thing in the middle that looks like a TARDIS console, but it's not exactly. Well, it's not exactly a console, but it's this thing that's like a big spaceship. It's like disguised as a part of the apartment, but it's not really there. So that's I just thought it was really good. It was a great episode, and it was the first time that first of all, it was the first time that the Doctor didn't actually say Geronimo, but it was instead said by Craig, which is great. Um, and let's see anything else about the episode that I thought it was really good. Um, oh, it was also the first time that we really get to know that the 11th Doctor is called the 11th Doctor. because he's like, you're the from, that was great because Craig tapped into who the Doctor really is, and that was excellent. Um, so then there's the final two-parter, which is the Pandorica opens and the Big Bang. Now the Pandorica opens is a really amazing episode. It had a Return of River, and it had Rory as a Roman, and it had like all these creatures, all these monsters that the Doctor has faced: the Daleks, Cybermen, the Sycorax, even the Sontarans, um, Salurians are even there. Basically every monster that the Doctor has faced in the past. At least in the past, the since the revival episode happened, this revival of Doctor Who happened. It's basically every monster that he's faced, and they basically trap him into this big box thing, um, and yeah, it's really great. They also have the return of Caitlin Blackwood as Amelia Pond, young Amelia Pond. That was a great episode. That was a great part of the episode. Um, it was really a great episode. Kind of had the Doctor, being emotional, saying everything will be unwritten, time can be written, that kind of thing. And then of course, the Big Bang is where like it basically loops around and she has to fix everything. Um, so it's basically a lot of that. Because I mean I think the part that's really emotional is the fact that Rory is actually an Auton. Well, okay, by that I mean like an Auton basically that's one of the monsters the Doctor faced in his the classic era and also the non-Doctor's era. He faced the Autons. Um, and basically it turns out Rory is actually an Auton Roman. Basically his arm stick out and he actually killed Amy. And that's actually the first time that the Living Doctor actually wore a fez. And used them all for some reason. But it was the first time he used the fez. That was just a great episode. Um, I mean, honestly, it was really great. It was Amy trying to realize, Amy realizing, or not realizing, but like eventually finding out that Rory's actually back, and because Rory somehow came back to life because he explained to the Doctor. I was like, oh well, I died and then I came back as a Roman somehow. And yeah, that's how it is. And all these time loops happen. So like, well, not exactly Life is Strange, a great game by the way, but not like that. It's like he basically not rewinds time, but like he uses a vortex manipulator to like tell Rory all these things and then come back and then um while of course I think everything like that happens where everything is basically going crazy like that. Basically I think it's like because the Doctor's been imprisoned by the Emmys in the Pandorica. Of course, the whole idea is that Rory spends like 2,000 years guarding the Pandorica by the Doctor. Um, or no, I think it's Amy actually. I don't remember. More than two. The Doctor gets trapped by enemies and then something happens and then Amy is something in there. But yeah, I thought that was really great. And also was really I thought a really a great part is the Doctor at the end of the Big Bang. We finally get the Amy and Roy wedding. That was a great episode. That was great. That was a great moment because you have all these because the loop the Big Bang quote that the Big Bang actually makes Amy have parents again, which is really great. And we have the wedding, the long-awaited wedding of Amy and Rory, and then we have the Doctor arriving late, of course, and then whisking him off to TARDIS, and then basically they have more adventures, and the Royals are now are now wed, and then we have um followed by that is actually space time. This is this little segment where the TARDIS is stuck inside the TARDIS because Rory actually dropped a power coupling, causing the exterior shell of the TARDIS to be inside the interior of the TARDIS, causing a future version of Amy to um pop into the TARDIS. and also a future version of Rory. Actually, the effect of how they did that was really cool. I thought it was interesting. It was really actually it was marvelous. I thought it was marvelous that the way the effect they had the big effect they had was amazing, which is awesome. Um, because they had to figure out how to make it work, and then it turned out to work eventually. Because I just that episode was really it was funny. It was really cool, and it was just amazing. And then of course Christmas special, which is okay. This Christmas special was a really it was great. It was basically based off of the Christmas Carol. Uh, from it's loosely based off of based off of Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol. It has the very talented Michael Gambon, who played Albus Dumbledore in the Harry Potter franchise, at least the last no last six no, is that right? No, last four, three because from three to eight. No, three to seven. That's not like the last four, just saying, the last four. And he comes back. He comes to Doctor Who as Kazran Sadik, who despises Christmas. He absolutely hates Christmas, and the Doctor has to basically um help him like believe in Christmas again, kind of like Scrooge in the real tale. And it has a young Sadik, or as a young Kazran Sadik, the Doctor kind of spending, getting to get to know him, and I didn't hate this episode. It was actually it was really good. It was a really well done episode. It had this idea of this fish, people, this fish things, the big shark things that actually eats the Sonic Screwdriver, the Doctor's Sonic Screwdriver. That was really a great episode. Um, so yeah, it was fantastic. And the what's really great about this episode was the well, at the time she wasn't really well known, but the beautiful, gorgeous um Catherine Jenkins portrayed uh Abigail in this episode. And she's basically the girlfriend to Kazran, or at least the teenage version of Kazran, which is really excellent. It's really amazing to see that happen. Um, we get to see her singing voice, and then we see Kazran grow up to become this child. To actually he appeared in X-Men Fest class as young Charles Xavier, but this is the first time we actually see him on screen in any media. Um, in this case, Doctor Who. We play young Kazran, and then we have an older Kazran, and then we have basically we have all the idea is like the Doctor portrays the goes the person of his future, I think. Amy does the past, and then I don't even know if there's another ghost. I think it's the Doctor's the future, the Amy's the past, and oh no. Okay, I'm thinking. I think it's the other way around. Where the Doctor's from the ghost of Christian's past, and Amy's the ghost of Christian's future, or Christian's present or future. I can't remember. Um. So yeah, it was a great episode. It had we finally had a Kazran feeling honest, feeling better about Christmas, thinking it's actually really good. So yeah, honestly, it was a great episode. It had a lot of great moments in it. I thought it was really good, and we had a lot of a lot of the whole idea of Abigail spending Christmas Eves, a lot of Christmas Eves with Kazran, and then Kazran, and then the older Kazran played by Michael Gambon, realizing his childhood was just he didn't realize how his childhood could be that way, and then he became, I guess that's what happened, is he became nicer um somehow. That's because the doctor's a doctor. And then it ended with them going on a sleigh, and then leaving the TARDIS while Abigail sang this song. Um, so yeah, honestly, series 5, it was a really good episode. It was a really good series. I didn't I didn't hate it, didn't like it. It was. I mean, when I say didn't like it, I mean it wasn't the best. I just one of those things where you have to get used to it first. Um, I'm not a fan of it, but was, it was different. It was a new experience for me. I did like it. I mean, the only thing I didn't like, the only thing I could have, I felt was a little surprising was the TARDIS changed. That was, let me know. There was a reason for it, but like the effect, the outcome of what the TARDIS looks like now, it just, I didn't like. I still don't have. I'm still not a big fan of the other new TARDIS exterior. The one with the painted windows and the St. John Abbey sticker. I'm not a fan of that. Honestly, I'm not. I'm gonna be honest here. I'm not a fan of it. So yeah. Honestly, Series 5. So far, I rated an 8 out of 10 simply because I didn't like the new TARDIS exterior. The interior was great, but the exterior, I'm not a fan. But I did like, I did like the 11th Doctor's portrayal, of the Matt Smith's portrayal of the 11th Doctor. Just did a great job. So yeah, I think that'll do it for this episode. That's all I can say for Series 5. Great series. Not a bad series, not a good series either in terms of just the TARDIS. I can't help it. I just didn't like it as much. So yeah. Okay, well that'll do it for this episode. If you liked this episode, then I said episode twice. Sorry. Then please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more. And I will see you in the next episode. Yeah. So I will. Yeah. All right. See ya.